Hello everybody and welcome back to Endgame of Devil, the Luck Be a Landlord style drafting roguelike that I'm excited to be back to here today. We're going to be going back in with the Frankenstein set, the new pieces to play with. We're on level 2 here, climbing the Ascensions. Weakness rune, the highest minion on the board gets a permanent attack down every 5 turns. It's worth keeping in mind. That's our units that get penalized, and then there's also some HP upgrades for the enemies. But what do we start with? I know that we get, a couple different pieces sometimes. Demon Warrior just has the ability to crit, 50% chance of doing double damage. Demon Scout, 50% chance to do combo. Cooldown 3, deal a jinx. All right. I do feel like this set has a tougher time on level 1. The good news is that's a time that doesn't matter that much. Every 6 turns, generate a fright. All adventurers get a pollution and take 3 damage. I could go for the Skull Killer, go for that charge. That early game potential buff upgrade. If he doesn't attack anything, he might get a damage upgrade. That's how charge works. 7 turns turn into a Dwarf Miner or Dwarf Guard, which would determine probably if we want to try and pivot towards like bullets or pivot towards minerals. That's kind of interesting. I do need to make sure I have a good early game, but I think we're fine here. Yeah, we're fine. But like I said, the early game is weirdly one of the tougher things. Skull Killer did get a successful charge, which is when the Skull Killer doesn't attack something, it has a 40% chance of gaining an attack permanently. So that just does 3 damage now. Pretty darn nice. Damage dealt +2 by bullet, but -3 from melee attack. I can't do that right now. Every turn, do 2 electric arcs. Missile that deals damage and bounces twice. Sure. There's nothing wrong with that. Every 4 turns, give us a yellow sign, which is something that buffs our damage a little bit of 1 unit. Why not, right? Sure. Ooh. 12 damage from the lightning already is pretty hard to deny that could be a great route to go. It's pretty good. Demon Warrior has a crit. I'm going to pivot or roll here. Every 4 turns, deal an electric arc per negative electron on the board. Sure. Maybe we'll try and go for a lightning thing, because that's a really good tool already. To remove this treasure, when you remove this, you get a copy of one of the units you already have. So we'll obviously want to save that for when we have something a little bit more impressive. Let's see. After lightning is triggered twice, this activates. So this isn't lightning. It's electric arc. It is a different thing. It's an important to note that it's a different thing. I'll get the student. Every 7 turns, we get an inspiration, which is something that gives us an accelerate. Right? Let me double check. Accelerate and a damage upgrade. I'll get Zombie Bear. He just does 3 damage. We need some early game help. 1 refresh. A refresh and an attack damage up. A refresh being a reroll. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Phantom Musket. I'll get the Thief. 10% chance to gain a refresh when attacking. It's not very good, but I think that's fine. Well, deal 2 damage, 2 random electric arc damage if any adventurer was hit by lightning. I'm going to tell you right now, we are going to go for that. It's funny enough, it's not good yet. 35% chance to trigger again after triggering the cooldown of one of those 2. It's not bad. Gain a Lucky Cat or removal when you remove this. Sure. I don't really feel like re-rolling there. There we go. Got the positive, one positive, one negative. Okay. Attack damage up 1 permanently per nearby adventurer or minion. I mean, sure. Deal 2 random electric arc if any adventurer was hit by lightning. Oh, God, that takes time. I'm going to add another Lord of the Tides. That is definitely my route that I'm going to be going here. So we are going to be generating a lightning. It's going to be good. No more Friar. All right, we pass. I mean, there's nothing for him to do damage to. Inspiration triggers 3 more times. Generate an inspiration. I don't really want to spend the 2 rerolls that it takes. Electric Arc and self-remove. It's a temporary thing. I don't really care. Sure. After lightning triggers twice, he turns into another thing. Positive electron. Okay, now we're going to be starting to probably pivot out of the demons from the beginning of the game. What we want to make sure that there's enough room for all of those the negatives and positives. Generate 1 lightning per positive electron on the board. That Bone Dragon already does 6. That's so crazy. Energy Charger, do a random bullet. Shoot a bullet. Oh, it's Energy Charger. We're not generating that much energy right now. Deal corruption to adventures on the edge or corners, I think is what that was going to say. Yeah. If we're going to remove, now's a good time. I'll get rid of the Imp. Cooldown 3, gain a mineral. I don't care about that. I don't want that right now. I'd rather guarantee we move to the next kind of floor or wave with enough empties. Five removals and 2 refreshes. Recruit 3 minions. I'll go for the removal and refreshes. 19. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You always kind of want to make sure that you don't overflow the board. So we have an empty spot right there. So we definitely can afford to do a little bit more here. Deal a random electric arc. Nearby adventure. A nearby adventure was hit by lightning. Wait, is that what yours is too? If any adventure. 2 if any. Versus 1 if near. That guy's almost maxed out. That sound is so annoying. It's just so much louder than the other stuff. There we go. I'm going to get rid of you at this point. We'll move out of the Yellow Friars at some point soon as well. The Skull Killers, it's going to be difficult because they are already good. Oh, look at you. Generate a fright per nearby adventure. I'm excited to do a fright build. What? Inspiration Charger 3, let a Bomb Freak or Chainsaw Freak or Gun Freak get Strengthen, which is retain its attack and turns into a unique enhanced one. Whatever the hell that means. Lightning triggers an additional time and does +1 damage. Quote unquote this time. Tell you, I'm probably done with you and you. As we definitely kill this turn. I could. I'll go for the Cult Flyer. Worth noting, we have a couple rings on, which is sort of like the only form of a meta progress, but it's kind of pretty weak. We have increased chance to get epic or legendaries, gain a refresh and removal, and the chance to gain rare minions increases in this level. It's just the starter one. And this is the big one. Whenever you use refresh during the recruitment phase, the chance to get elites or legendaries appear. So that's why I kind of want to stack up my refreshes. My God. Stack up my refreshes. Damage dealt +1 from demon minions. That does mean in all ways. So if these were demons or whatever, they would theoretically get a damage increase. Accelerate is good because it speeds up cooldowns. So that would be really helpful. But I think just more positive electrons for now sounds nice. Get rid of the student at this point. The Lucky Cat's probably next. Why is that gotta be so bad, man? Every 4 turns generate an energy and a lightning. 4 turns. This generates every 2 turns. This does an electric arc. Good God. Okay, so this is generating 1 lightning per positive electron, so we get 5 lightning every 2 turns. This does the electric arc. We got another negative. We may pivot out of the Friar. Bone Dragon only has 9? Schwat? Less than anticipated, I'll say. Bonus damage from electric arc, radiation, corruption, or explosion. Yeah. We want our electric arc to do what equates to double damage. Deal a jinx per 10 energy. I don't really have any energy right now. Deal 1 jinx per yellow sign gained this level. I gotta click that because I'm curious if it means, like, by level meaning... Huh. That sound effect is so awful. Oh, he's not even here. I'm gonna get rid of the Lucky Cat. The refreshes have been great, though. I'm gonna get rid of the Bomb Freak as well. We still have both of these. The sound effect is so awful. Damage dealt from mummies or mummy warrior. It's gotta be something better. Recruit 1 minion and 2 copies of it is such a good one. So we have 11 refreshes. Let's do 1 here. That did much less than I thought. 1 damage per sign we've gained this level. It was a lot of attacks. It just didn't actually do that much. So we got to be really stingy with this. I mean, obviously we could have done a build with that. I mean, Bone Dragon. You could do a full run on a Bone Dragon. Positive Electron is a tap out we could do that I'd rather not do that. Which is a shame because it does mean we get nothing, but I'd rather not fill my board up with 3 more of those ones because, first of all, it will destroy my ears because that's the thing that's causing the sound problems. Second of all, I actually don't know that I think it's a good angle. I'll tell you right now, we've won this run. That much is just true. I'm going to tap out. This has use. So does the Yellow Friar. So 10 energy is just like basically 10 times I'll do 1 damage to everybody. Like, hip hip hooray. Deals 3 damage to 2 adventurers at most on the board. Truly not that crazy. It's just more of a tool to activate something else. Oh my lord. Why does it gotta be that? I do think that this is not the way. Bye. Bye-bye. Okay, this is my time to figure out what this does. Jinx allows them to be vulnerable. I do have some energy, but it's going away. Charge combo AoE. I pass. Jinx % energy. I don't really have very much. Fright and an inspiration. I don't really care. Another negative electron. I care more about a negative electron at this point. Okay. That is such a bad way of explaining it. It means they take 2 stacks of pollution. Pollution is damage taken +1. So they all take 2 extra damage. I am going to, I know this looks crazy, but I'm going to pivot out of those. Even though they're doing lots of damage, because I want to have this guy continue to stack up. I'm going to get rid of these guys. They're good. But let me tell you, I've won the run anyways, and now we can do some stupid stuff. Gain a removal per dwarf miner on the board? That seems kind of nuts. Psh. Remove, get 10 energy. Nothing that's relevant right now, that's for sure. Cooldown 2, do 4 Jinx. Whatever. Whatever. Sure. Give me another negative. Sounds good. So you should do... Next turn, you're doing your thing. 1 Jinx per... oh my god. Sigil added. Lightning triggers an additional time and does an extra damage. That's definitely worth it. We are filling up the board a bit too much. We may pivot out of having the yellow friars and accept that the amount of stacks they got is just good enough at this point. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll say the Yellow Friars, they've done their business. This guy still should have the benefit of everything they've done. All right, come on now. Clear all removal and deal an equal amount of bullet and radiation. I'll keep that for the final wave. Damage up +4 from radiation. I'm going to say yes, just because of this. It'll be a one-time my ears. I know it's not that bad to you guys probably, but holy. Alright. When this guy does his thing, they all get their extra stacks. Yeah, he takes 3 extra damage from all sources. Which should mean that lightning goes kind of crazy. Yep. See, that goes up to 156 there. Damage dealt +2 by lightning and +1 by electric arc. That's obviously useful. Incredible. Oh, we got the 2 junk guys. That sucks. 5 removal to refresh. This would have been cool earlier. There's only 1 wave left, so there's no real point. All right. So we want to make sure that the moth is out. Okay, good. Gain a permanent +1 attack if corruption dealt damage combo. Let's see what else is here before we maybe, like, explode the board. Yes, I saw there was the Electron. Which doesn't matter right now. 2 inspiration per nearby adventurer. Gain pollution. Alright, so yeah, you do +4 damage dealt per radiation. In 2 turns, we get rid of all of our removal. And it does radiation damage. Radiation damage is going to be multiplied by +4. Or, not multiplied by +4, but you know what I mean. Come on, dude. You just got to live. I want to see it happen here. This is going to go. I love it. So this guy, unfortunately, had a little bit of a debuff, kind of keeping him in the... Yeah, remove all Blood Dwarves with less than 50% HP and then gain their HP left. Had a little bit of problems. But the boss also steals 2 diamonds at a time, therefore we have already won. Yeah. Can I fully explain why that all worked? Not necessarily, but it's one of those builds where, like, every decision along the way, I understood what I was doing then, and it was like, yes, please. And then, I don't know, I think we did a lot of really good, like, capitalizing on things and pivoting it into something useful later as well. Like, taking things that we were, you know, charging up with this yellow incarnation. That was just something that I was incidentally working towards, and I didn't realize it by leaving the guys making the yellow signs. That really helped, because all of those jinx stacks, each jinx stack, pollution stack. Each pollution stack, which is a thing that we got from the haunted camera, made our jinx do pollution, okay? So that guy was doing an extra jinx for every sign that we made. That extra jinx gave us pollution. That pollution gave us more damage, which means that our lightning did more damage. So that's why that all equated in these guys doing a lot and made them look like they were caring a lot. Because obviously they were doing well, but it's weird. You got to know kind of the inner mechanisms, because you'd be like, well, why is this guy even here? I never saw him show up on the left. Well, he was making everybody else's numbers look a lot better. But yeah, that was a really fun, weird little build there. And that moves us up to rank 3, which I just keep climbing up with this one at the same time. It goes up all the freaking way to 20. But it's because I want to keep on checking if it's the same. And so far it has been, which I think is fine. I do wonder if it'll ever become kind of like a, you know, its own unique modifiers. My assumption is maybe not. And I actually don't think that that's that big of a deal. The thing is, so this is us, right? Like, for some reason, I always thought that this was the boss that we were going to fight, but it makes way more sense that this is us. Like, this is our character. I feel like that would have been a better way for them to explain what they did, is we've added a new character. You know? Like in Slay the Spire, adding a new character, you're like, oh, I get it. That's probably an entire new set of cards. And that's kind of what's going on here. But I think it's just there's some translation things here and there. It's the biggest downfall of the game, especially in this new set, because it's a tough one to figure out. But you also have to jump through the hoops of like, okay, was this translated wrong? And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Usually it's just translated confusing, but not necessarily wrong. Alas, though, that is that. That's going to do it for today for Endgame of Devil. If you want more of this, let me know in the form of a comment down below. I could be definitely convinced to do more. As I've been saying, the plan is not to do all the way up to level 20. But if you guys want it enough, if the views show up, if the likes, the comments come out to play, hey, I could be convinced to go up to level 20, but only if you guys continue to enjoy the videos. If you're not enjoying it, then yeah, whatever, I'll be done. And that's fine too. But more Endgame of Devil, as long as you guys continue to support it. Thank you for watching. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!